Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Project Superpowers, Fractured States Issue 3. This is a 5-part miniseries from Dynamite, written by Marz and Andy Lanning, art by Emilio Utrera, colors by Arthur Hesli, lettered by Tom Napolitano. I have cover A by Mike Rooth, edited by Brian Cunningham. Cover's okay. It doesn't quite match up the characters with the background, so that probably needed a little work, but it's okay. We do see the Green Lama on the cover, and he is briefly in here. So we learn a little bit about what happened in the environmental disasters that occurred. It started in 2025, and it looks like a lot of it was brought on by the Mad Magi, who was about to be stopped by some heroes, but he managed to turn their powers against them, and it created a giant tsunami, which affected quite a lot of the East Coast, and things went downhill from there. There was a disturbing pandemic that killed a bunch of kids, and eventually the villains tried to challenge the President West, for power, and it ended up fractionalizing the country. So now it's separated into small fiefdoms that are run by heroes and villains, and they're all fighting each other. No real word on the rest of the world, but the US is what's torn apart. And we learned that Bobbi was saved by the Black Terror when her refugee camp was attacked, and a bunch of heroes formed up and tried to save that area. Well, she was able to be saved, but was separated from her family, and she joined the resistance, which was the Black Terror's people. But the Black Terror himself went missing. He had been searching for part of the urn that the Project Superhero characters had been stored in for decades, so they were picking up where he left off with that hunt when they found John Doe. We get a glance at the Green Lama and how his region is basically insane because the environmental catastrophes had some sort of weird effect on him. Then we find out who's really in charge of the Black Terrors, and we get a cliffhanger ending that involves the president. Overall, it was a good issue. It's a good installment in the storyline. Unfortunately, it's very short. I thought the art was okay. I didn't really have a problem with it, but the story's only 20 pages, so much like last issue, not really worth the cover price with only 20 pages. What is this, a Marvel comic? So I wouldn't advise paying the cover price for it. I'd try and get it for $2 out of a discount bin, because pamphlets are not worth $4. That being said, the story was fun. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with the art. Cover's okay, but doesn't really do the book justice. I would probably say just wait and get it in trade really cheap, but it is a fun book, and I will read issue 4. A recommendation for the book, but not at cover price. It's just not worth that much money for a 20-page pamphlet. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you can share the video on your social media, or go to one of the links in the description and support me there. As always, we hope to see you on the next one.